Coming up in today's podcast, I had the most bizarre experience at footy training yesterday. I still can't quite believe it.
You're not the only one feeling that way, Ash. I can't quite believe that Buzz has never seen one of the most iconic Australian movies of all time.
And if you've been wanting to know what's going on with our stadiums ahead of the Olympics, Luttsy will be on it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Suse O'Neill podcast.
Hey-o.
Morning.
Morning.
Meow. Ruff, ruff.
How did your university stuff go?
Oh, right. Yeah, it went really well, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it went really well.
You teach the students, they have a pencil in their hand? Were they writing notes as you were speaking?
That sort of questions. Yeah, I went out to the University of Southern Queensland yesterday to give a lecture to the first and second year students. It ended up being more about, I hate using the word motivational, but how I use what I learnt in swimming in this job more about...
Right. How you do tumble turns between breaks and stuff like that.
What's safe for the...
How, okay, come on. I think I'm like Luttsy said, I can, when I'm on,
the same.
and when I'm off, I can't think of what to say. So isn't that weird? I spoke for 45 minutes, honestly, I did.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I said. What did I say?
Was how they can take whatever skill set they have into the
if you give you an opportunity, and then how it's about you're not going to be good all the time, and so if you have a bad session or a bad show, which you taught me, Ash, you come back and you start again the next day, from scratch again.
Yeah, keep your head in
That
the
makes
seat.
sense.
It never happened.
It never happened. And just keep going. Don't fall off your perch just because it's similar to swimming. Just because you have one bad session in swimming, don't wreck the whole week.
Nice.
What else? Anyway, they seem really...
They listen?
Yeah, they were good. It was one guy who kept yawning. It was very off-putting.
Oh,
Yeah, there's always
a yawner.
There's always one guy that does that in universities.
He'd
Even
driven
in this studio.
yeah, he'd driven from Toowoomba, so
he's
he's probably tired.
Well, how'd
you know that?
How come you're tired, buddy?
No.
What's the matter with you?
Before it started, Spencer Howson, who was running it, said two people have specially driven down from Toowoomba.
Oh, okay.
And then when he was yawning, I'm thinking to myself, why did you bother driving down if you're just going to sit there and yawn while I'm talking to you?
Does Spencer start his lectures with the Australian anthem?
No.
That's what he used to do on radio.
He used to start his...
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be good.
Did you find yourself gravitating towards the mature age students? The ones at the front?
Well,
Was there an old woman going, yeah?
There was.
Susan.
There was someone my age.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Yeah. And you found that she got your eyesight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you too?
Or, a different demo, obviously. But sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
No,
that's good. And before the lecture, we went into the pub there, and we had a burger and chips and a beer.
Oh, nice.
Good.
That was nice. I ordered a Coke, and then Spencer had a beer, and I'm like, "Are you drinking a beer before the lecture?"
Yeah, he'd always do that before he showed. Yeah.
Really?
National anthem and a couple of beers.
Schooners.
The Ash, Luttsy and Suse O'Neill podcast.
What's up? This is Amy Shark, and this is Ash, the Music Man.
What's up, Ash? It's Shawn Mendes.
Hey Ash, this is Ed Sheeran.
Hey Ash, it's your girls, the Veronicas.
Hey Ash, it's Thelma Plum. This is Ash Bradnam, Music Man.
Yeah, so Morgan Wallen, Suse, he was actually, when he was growing up, he wanted to be a baseball player.
Is he athletic looking, this guy? I don't know what he looks like.
He's not overly athletic looking, to be honest with you.
Just normal looking dude.
But he was a pitcher, and when he was in his final year at high school, he was getting scouted around by a few of the colleges to go to college, be on a scholarship, play baseball.
Yeah.
And somehow or other, he stuffed his elbow up in high school, like a serious injury. And he was like, I can't play baseball anymore. All of the scholarships were withdrawn, but he'd always played music, and he ended up just becoming a landscape gardener.
God, this sounds like that nudgy boy. What's his name?
Pete Murray.
Yeah, Pete Murray's story. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah. So he's working as a landscape gardener, and he's like, what am I doing? I need, I've got to get a break. So he got it. What do they do these days? Go on The Voice. And he went on The Voice.
Which one's that? Is that the one where you turn around? No, that's not the one where it's blind auditions.
They turn the seats.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
Press the red button and turn.
That's right, yeah. Okay.
Because Usher turned. You can watch it. I saw it yesterday. But this is it. This is the moment that it all changed for Morgan Wallen. So he's at this point, he's a landscape artist, and he goes on The Voice. This is his audition.
dawn is breaking. A light shining through. Your face and think of what I've given you. Well, even the best fall down sometimes.
I love this song.
Even the wrong words seem to rise.
Who sings this?
And out of the doubt that fills my mind, I finally find you and I collide. Don't stop here, baby. I've lost my place, yeah, but I'm close behind.
Howie Day.
Howie Day. Did Usher, it sounded like he turned real quick, like 2 seconds in.
It wasn't Usher that turned straight away.
Right, okay.
I think that's Usher turning now. Usher turned right at the towards the end.
But he picked Usher.
He chose Usher, yeah.
Oh, to be his coach.
Yeah.
How good does he sound?
It sounds even more gravelly than he does now, I
he
feel.
does. That is a great song. Never heard that song before.
It is a good song.
Del, can we get some Howie Day Collide, please?
But even from that point, like he's got to have something special to put himself ahead of the pack. Like everyone's trying to sing country, you know, to get where he's got. He must be something special, Morgan Wallen.
But kind of like everyone wasn't really singing country up until a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
I
when
mean,
did
if you,
country
4 or 5 years ago, if you had to suggest to Beyonce was going to come out with a country song, no one would have believed you. Post, like everywhere, it's like country's become.
Well, that Billboard, there's two different charts or so the day. The Billboard 200 worldwide and the Billboard 100 US, and like I think there was either 3 or 4 country songs in the top 10.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So what else has he got?
So he's got a couple of other ones. So these were released last year, so he's still pretty new on the scene. So we know Last Night.
I know that last night we
This is him.
It almost sounds like a different person.
Yeah.
He's full twang here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is too twangy for me, yeah.
What about, and this is the other one you'll probably know, Thinking About Me.
Baby, don't you lie. When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? When you're riding where he's driving, are you missing my street? Every time you close your eyes, tell me who do you see? When you're tasting what he's drinking, are you thinking about me? Coming over tonight. We start talking your drive.
You know who was in country? The first person I knew was really into country was Corey Oates. Remember he used to come in here a couple of years ago?
Yeah, he used to recommend songs too.
Yeah.
He had some good ones.
I reckon if you went into the Bronx change rooms now, there'd be a large portion of them playing country.
Yeah. Okay,
Carrigan likes it. You know, it's a big switch. You go back 10 years, they weren't playing country in the
What were
Broncos.
they playing back then?
Oh, R&B, like almost 100%.
Yeah, there was
What
no.
about Kev?
If someone put country on, they wouldn't even get a start in the game that weekend. Honestly, the coach would even tell them to get out.
On Kevy's day, I wonder what they were playing. Kevy and Alfie and stuff.
That would probably be 4 headphones. I don't remember those.
The pre-headphone era.
Ghetto blasters.
What's up? This is Amy Shark, and this is Ash, the Music Man.
Hey Ash, this is Ed Sheeran.
Hey Ash, it's your girls, the Veronicas.
Hey Ash, it's Thelma Plum. This is Ash Bradnam, Music Man.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
This isn't a coinkydink what just happened to Luttsy, but it reminded me of a coincidence that happened to me on Monday. But just then, Luttsy on his Insta feed, he gets that Morgan Wallen
it comes
audition.
up.
I thought Nick had posted. Well, Nick's already posted. Then I looked up and it was this country
That fast.
country Instagram or something.
Just by talking about it, it popped into your Instagram in 1
Literally
second.
what he was talking about just popped up on my Insta.
That's like the other day we were
that's
talking
bizarre.
about Pilates. We got to ask how your Pilates went last
Yeah,
night.
I didn't go. We ended up having visitors come over, so it got postponed. Yeah, that's all right.
Can we say Post Malone instead of postponed?
He got Post Malone.
Yes, that's good. I like
So he's
that.
got Post Malone.
great
No,
one.
but how's this for a bizarre coincidence? On Monday, I went to one of the kids' footy training. Okay, I've pulled up at the car park. I'm listening to a podcast as I'm in the car. It's a rugby league podcast, of course.
It's unlike you.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
It was an interview between it doesn't matter, James Graham and Jason Nightingale. Okay, and they're sitting, and I just happened to have it on.
2 ex-players.
2 ex-players. As I park my car, a car comes and pulls into the car park next to me, right next to me. And I go, oh, it's Jared Beale, who used to be an NRL player, played for the Broncos,
Yeah, he's a great
played for Cronulla, played for the Warriors.
Yep. Had a pretty good career.
So I wind down my window to wave to him and say g'day. He winds down his window. I go, hey, mate. He goes, hey, mate. At that moment,
No.
on the podcast, Jason Nightingale just happened to be talking about a semi-final from like 2010 or 2011. It was Lockie's last game at Suncorp Stadium, actually, and Lockie kicked a field goal to win the game. And at that moment, Jason Nightingale says, yeah, you might remember that game because earlier in the match, Jared Beale had broken Darren Lockyer's jaw in an accident.
How bizarre!
Oh, that's weird.
My mouth just dropped. It was the
Like
only
Lockie's
time.
did.
Yes. It was the only time in that entire podcast that Jared's
Jared
name
Beale's.
came up.
Is he still there?
Oh yeah. I was just like, mate, you will not believe what just happened.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. Like,
That's unbelievable.
That's bizarre.
Did Jared recognise you?
Yeah.
He knew who you were.
Yeah. Our boys are in the same
Oh,
team.
sorry. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, we know each other. So
I thought you were going to say that you pulled up and you were both listening to the podcast at exactly the same time.
No.
And I was like, oh, that's a coincidence. But the fact that he's in the car next to you,
isn't that bizarre?
that is bizarre.
Did he?
Is that the
did he
universe
listen?
working?
Yeah, so then I said, I got out and said to him, I didn't play it for him actually, I just said, mate, they're talking about you. They're talking about you right now.
How funny.
Would have made him feel good.
Yeah.
And he hurt Lockie's jaw. He broke his jaw.
Didn't mean to.
No,
it was an
because
accident.
Jared was actually the fullback for the Broncos and Lockie, and so they both
Same team.
They both went for the same ball, and Jared accidentally, it was just like friendly fire, collected Lockie's jaw and broke it, but Lockie kept playing on.
Okay.
And it ended up being Lockie's last ever moment at Suncorp Stadium was in Golden Point. He kicked this field goal
Okay.
so that we beat whoever we were playing that night. St George, I think it was, and we went on in the finals. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a coincidence.
There you go.
Bizarre.
Bizarre.
Truly bizarre.
How bizarre.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast. Visit theladysshake.com.au and use code RADIO to get $20 off. Terms and conditions apply.
Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill's Lose Your Way to Game 1.
You just have to register. Well, actually, it's too late to register
Yeah,
now.
this is it now.
This is it.
This is it.
Our
Oh,
final
Thursday.
entrant. Yeah,
Oh.
we draw it tomorrow.
Jeez.
We've actually got Mitch going out tomorrow morning doing a debt collection of the 2 items that we'll be taking. So he'll start off
Really?
going out getting that gaming PC, the one that
we're
we
gonna
took off
pick that up from last week.
last week, and then he'll head out and whoever the winner is, he'll go out and get the whatever they've said they'll lose.
This is a fun one today. Oh, Mitch is going to need. I don't know how Mitch is going to pick this one up. Lauren, are you there? Lauren's
Hello.
Lauren's out at Caboolture. You got acreage out there, obviously, do you?
Yeah, we've got about 15 acres.
Okay, so what is it that you're willing to lose to come along to this Origin with us next week?
Our 6-month-old cow, Simon.
Simon the cow.
Yeah.
Is it a calf or is it a full-grown cow?
It's a calf.
Oh, so it'll fit in
It'll
maybe
fit
the
back in
van?
the car.
In that
BT
van?
We've got the BT50.
Oh, the BT50.
Don't you
Oh,
like?
yeah.
Don't you like Simon, Lauren?
I love Simon, but I don't want to offend your viewers, but he'll end up in the freezer, so I'm willing to save him for someone else to take him.
As a pet, because I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching Clarkson's farm at the moment, and every time they get rid of a cow or a pig or anything, they're in tears. You know.
Yeah.
So this is
Doesn't seem that tough for you, is all I'm saying.
this is life, isn't it? This is the way that it goes. This isn't so much about losing Simon. This could be saving Simon.
Yeah. Because otherwise they're going to be eating Simon, Luttsy.
Yeah,
I
get
won't
that.
be, but the rest of them will be.
Oh, really?
Oh, you won't be.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do if we sent Mitch out on the BT50?
That's funny.
Would we strap Simon to the back there?
Yeah, you'll have to get a couple
Yeah,
of
we'll put
straps.
Simon in the back seat and put one of the
the
one of the
supernovas.
casters
one
in
of
the,
the,
yeah.
one of the supernovas
In the back.
In the back.
Pop a seatbelt round him.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Supernova.
Okay,
That's
is
a big
Simon
one.
well behaved? Like, what type of attitude Simon got?
Simon's pretty chill at the moment. He's just in our house yard, just cruises around eating and playing with our dog, so he's chilled.
Okay.
How many kilos would he weigh, you reckon, if he's just a calf?
Oh, I don't know, mate. Oh, I have no idea. I don't want to
100
speculate.
kilos?
More than
Yeah,
100.
let's go 100.
100 kilos. He's little. The point is he's little. You can just put him in the back like a mountain bike, you know, put his 2 legs over the back of the tray.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's the way to do it.
We have Bento here as our office dog. Simon could be our office cow.
That'd be hilarious.
Samara's
A
office.
duo.
Okay, well, that's a fair offering.
Yeah. Are you a Queenslander, Lauren?
I am, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a great prize.
Well, let's add it to the list. We've got what do we have so far?
We got
A wedding ring.
Yep. We got bagpipes. We met the bagpipe yesterday. Tani
bagpipes.
from Aspley.
and then Kylie from Wellington Point. She had her husband signed Warriors jersey, and more importantly, the New South Wales jersey.
Yeah.
Mitch is going to take if Kylie wins, Mitch will take a blowtorch out and take care of that jersey straight away.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
And a cow.
Simon the
cow.
cow.
I hope he doesn't get the blowtorch in the cow next time.
That's-
Jeez,
yeah.
that'd be jeez. Yeah. Oh.
A
Have to be
cow.
careful, Mitch. You get the
Quite a
right
lunch.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Lauren. That's an interesting
Thank you.
one. See how you go. Good luck.
Good luck.
Cool, thanks, guys.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I'm smarter than I'm smarter than Suse.
Brighton Homes are now offering up to $35,000 cash back on their homes. You don't need to be smarter than Suse to live brighter and save more with Brighton.
Oh, here we go. Adam's at Palm Beach. Palm Beach, like Palm Beach, Currumbin, Adam? Gold Coast?
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Oh, this is weird, man, because I live around Surface Main Beach area.
Yeah.
And I was driving through Surface just yesterday. I couldn't... I lost Nova on the reception. Now, here's Adam. He's further down the road than what I was.
It's a lottery on the Gold Coast, hey?
It is, totally.
What, do you pick us up pretty clear down there?
Yeah, I know, it's random, but yeah, as soon as I go a bit north, even around Burleigh, it starts to drop out a bit. So.
Yeah, I've heard no people at Kingscliff. It makes no sense.
Here's a little tip. Listen on DAB.
Yeah,
Get
go
us
to
clear.
DAB. You probably can get it
The
there
app.
nice.
But that is
clearly,
bizarre.
yeah.
That's weird.
I'm a bit too old for that.
Yeah. Adam's not into the DA.
Geez, Palm Beach is
Give
coming
Lauren
up too.
Olsen
I know we're
option.
dragging on a bit, but Palm Beach is a revelation these days.
Oh, yeah. It's jumping along.
Great pubs and bars and
Good
stuff.
joint. Yeah. What's the surf like today, Adam?
1 to 2 foot, dude. Yeah.
Offshore, glassy, barreling.
I'll take glassy, not barreling too much.
Just glassy. We'll take glassy.
Well, I'm glad that you're receiving us loud and clear, mate. $400 we're playing for you into the draw for the BYD at 03, and you get one of the last entries into 10K a day in May. So listen out this
that's
afternoon
amazing.
on your way home from work. All right, let's go, my friend. 30 seconds on the clock, and your time starts now. In what building would you find the Dewey Decimal System used?
Oh, pass.
In 10-pin bowling, how many strikes are needed for a perfect game?
12.
Who played Jack in the 1997 Titanic film?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Marie Curie won a Nobel Prize in what scientific field?
Math.
What is 8 squared?
64.
Stop the clock. Oh,
It's a pass.
Well, I mean,
That's
there's
right.
going to be no
Pass,
more
yeah.
further time. But
you wouldn't have got
yeah,
it.
so
Yeah, you passed
went
on
the
that
distance.
first
Went
one.
the distance.
Yeah, I have to say you went the distance on that, Adam. I think you've done pretty good. Geez, they're tough questions.
Jesus.
A few tough ones.
Far out.
It's
God, yeah, no, that's not the Palm Beach field of questions.
Yeah, you're relaxed and stuff there, mate. This isn't Palm Beach
Yeah.
vibes, is it?
Welcome to A grade, my friend.
You're in the middle of bloody Cavill Avenue at the moment with that sort of frenetic pace.
Okay, it could be my favourite one, actually. Oh, no, second favourite at the moment because we've got Jean's latest offering.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not
from
playing that.
Billie Eilish. No, Busby Maroo. This is beautiful. This is
We'll do
more
jeans
relaxing.
at 9.
Yeah, please do, gents.
Yeah, we'll
This
do
is like
jeans
a
at 9.
Palm Beach chilled out vibe.
Yeah,
one
this is
for
very
Adam.
you,
Yeah.
Adam. Just under your belt, mate. Just loosen up.
Bring in the gift. 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 Susie O'Neill! Hold the phone, Freddie! Susie O'Neill! I thought we were miracles! You won't see anything like that again this year!
Ready.
Are you good? Okay, here we go. Good luck. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. In what building would you find the Dewey Decimal System used?
ATO.
In 10-pin bowling, how many strikes are needed for a perfect game?
10.
Who played Jack in the 1997 Titanic film?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Marie Curie won a Nobel Prize in what scientific field?
Science.
What is 8 squared?
64.
Stop the clock.
Oh, hard ones.
Tough, aren't they?
Tough. Is it tight?
It's tight.
Tight.
Just one.
Just one. Oh. Just one. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, doggy. In what building would you find the Dewey Decimal System
What
used?
does that mean?
Adam passed on it. We didn't get back to it. Suze, you said the ATM.
ATO.
ATO.
Australian Tax Office.
ATO on it. The library.
Oh, yes.
Library.
Remember? Cataloguing.
There used to be a song about it. I couldn't find it in the system, but there's like a Dewey Decimal System song.
That's right.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Luttsy thought it was what they used to, when there was rain in the cricket.
Oh, yeah, Dew. I thought it might have been a
The
weather
Dewey
related.
Duckworth system.
You like that, Adam? It's 0-0. In 10-pin bowling, how many strikes are needed for a perfect game?
13, isn't it?
Suze said 10.
Oh, it's 13, Suze.
That's wrong.
Is it?
It's 13.
Adam said 12.
Yes.
Now it sounds like he wants to change his mind to 13.
Yes, 13.
The correct answer
Please tell me 13.
is 12.
You got it right.
You got it right, Adam.
Oh, wow.
Oh, jag that one.
He's on Palm Beach time right now.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
He's chilling.
Oh, good.
You've hit the front. You're leading 1-0. Leonardo DiCaprio was the answer to question number 3 about the Titanic. You both got that. 2-1. Now this one, Marie Curie.
I would have said medicine. In my mind, she did something with penicillin.
Won a Nobel Prize in what scientific field? Adam, I forget what
science.
you said.
That's dumb.
Suze said science, which we can't accept that either. We were looking for either she actually won 2 for physics or chemistry.
So it wasn't medicine.
Ooh, is physics under math?
Chemistry is...
Physics.
I guess that's chemistry. Does it go what she invented? No,
it doesn't have it here. Someone can look that up though. So the score is 2-1 to Adam.
Radium, was it?
What was
Did
it?
you
Nick?
know that off the top of your head?
Radium, yeah.
Nick?
It was penicillin.
Nick! Yeah, I do.
Oh, God.
You're unbelievable, my friend.
Wow.
2-1 to Adam. Final question. 8 squared is 64. You both got it, but it's a 3-2 victory to Adam. You are smarter than Suze, and you've just won $400.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Well done. That'll be good at
Well
Palm
done,
Beach.
mate.
Get you a few ice
Thank
creams.
you very much. Jeez, I'll have a few briskies and how good that?
Go down the surf club.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, brother.
Thank you.
See you, mate.
There we go.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Buzz just told me he's never seen The Castle, the movie.
I might have watched it when I was at school, but I do not recall anything about that movie.
Dale dug a hole.
I've heard people quote it, but I couldn't tell you one thing about that.
Is Mitch here? Because what year did that come out? Or just
97, I reckon.
97.
Someone Google.
Well, Alicia hasn't seen it either, our producer, but she's not from Australia, so that's okay. It's classic Australian, Alicia. It's like classic Australian because
97, yeah.
97. My parents did something yesterday that so reminded me
Dug a
of
hole.
The Castle. And what about, and they used to
Served
always
Lamington for dinner. What do you call
buy
this?
stuff.
Rissoles.
What do you call this, Dale?
And remember
Ice
that
cream.
They were buying stuff all the time off trading posts.
Trading
wasn't it?
post, yeah.
And then what do they want for that? Whatever.
Yes.
Tell him he's dreaming.
Yeah, tell him he's dreaming.
Yeah. Jousting sticks.
Yeah.
It was
What are you going to do with them, darling?
Yeah, it was so funny. No.
Eric Bana was in that too.
Yes,
God, that was a fun.
and Sophie Lee. What's her name?
Yeah, Sophie Lee.
Yeah,
was
Sophie
it?
Lee.
Sophie Lee, yeah.
I think that was her name.
This is going straight to the pool room.
That's probably one of the most used ones these days,
And
isn't it?
hadn't they just got back from Bali or something, and they just got and the culture.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
culture.
Yeah. Eric Bana was married
Yes.
to Sophie Lee.
Yes.
All the characters, and,
And
they
he
just
was-
come back from Bali.
Yeah.
And he was into kickboxing.
Yeah,
remember? He had a kickboxing
kickboxing bag.
and he used to go kickboxing.
Round
I remember watching that for the first time. I
Australian.
was in the cinema, and it took like about 20 minutes for it to kick in that
Yeah.
what it actually was,
Understand.
and then God, that was funny. That
Well, there's a scene from that when they get back from Bali as well, and they're talking about the food on the plane. Do you remember that?
were they raving about how good
Yeah,
it was? Yeah.
and I won't play the quote yet because that's the bit that reminded me of the castle yesterday. So my mum had a pretty serious thing a procedure done at the hospital yesterday, and I rang her and Dad up to see how it went, and literally they hardly even answered before they started getting onto the food. Don't you reckon parents do that? His mum was like, I was like, how was the procedure, Mum? She's like, it was fine, but I wasn't happy with my sandwich I got after it. She goes, I ordered the turkey and cranberry, but it came with cheese. And then I said, did you get a cappuccino, Mum? Because, if you've had a procedure at the hospital, you get like a sandwiches and a little cappuccino at the end, like if you have a colonoscopy or something.
Right.
She goes, no, I decided on the flat white, but it wasn't up to standard either. But then in the background, Dad's going, who was waiting at a cafe while she was getting the procedure done, I had the best muffin I've ever had. And I was like, I'm just laughing.
The procedure could have been a complete flop, but that wouldn't have mattered. It was
No.
more about the sandwiches.
With food. And Dad's like, I didn't even ask him, it was an apple and cinnamon. And then I said to
Everything
him,
comes back to food.
it does. And then
And there's no way that they're making the best apple and cinnamon things at a hospital, the best he's ever had.
I know.
It must have been.
I don't know.
Must
It must
be really
become
hungry.
the highlight of the day.
Yeah,
or
something. For some
Yeah.
reason, food at good,
It reminds me of my granny. She used to do all these trips with the nursing home. She'd go up and down, like she'd go. They do these god awful road trips. Like they go,
Chuck 'em in a
we're gonna
bus.
Go to here, to one little town to another, and she'd be away for 3 days, and you'd be like, well, how was Warwick? Warwick, we had apple pie, and they had curried sausages. Oh yeah, what was Gimpy? Gimpy, it was shepherd's pie.
Yeah, it all comes back to food. And I said to Dad, I've had his muffin, the best muffin he's ever had. I said, did you get it heated or have it cold, Dad? Because Cliff and I always have arguments about heating our muffins. Anyway, that's not a metaphor.
Isolate it. Yeah.
That's so a metaphor.
Does Cliff like it hot?
Of course he does.
And Dad's like, no, I didn't get it heated because you see in the news that some cafes are charging $1 to heat your muffins. Have you seen that?
I did see that in the news yesterday.
It was a big story yesterday. And Dad's like, it was a big story yesterday, so I didn't want to get it heated in case it cost me an extra $1. Oh, God. Anyway, it reminded me so much. I'm going to play the castle thing. In my mind, the castle scene when they come back and talking about the food on the aeroplane, they've just been to Bali and they get into a conversation about what they got on the plane. In my mind, it went for ages, but it's actually just a really short grab.
Oh, Mum, we had a choice between fish and beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington?
What's that, darling?
It's beef done in pastry.
So interesting.
I'm sure it was more than that. It was longer than that, surely. It was Eric Bana and Sophie Lee. Oh, God, that was funny, that movie. You got to watch it, The Castle.
And somehow it's like a lot of Aussie movies, I feel like it's when they go that sort of, real over the top sort of Aussie shtick thing. It's too much. But for some reason in The Castle, it just works.
Got it right. But Buzz, mate, if you watch that film, like from your generation, and you don't, I will be amazed. There's a part of me that envies you that you haven't watched it because you get to watch it for the first time again.
I won't be watching it.
Why not?
Watch it?
Well,
you got to watch it.
It's a classic Australian film.
Nah, I'm not interested.
Have a couple of beers.
Really? Maybe we should put
Friday
a castle thing on for the show for people who haven't heard.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or haven't seen it yet.
If we get a cinema gold class.
Gold class.
You reckon your kids have seen it?
We showed them. We showed them it.
I don't know that my kids have seen it.
We made them watch it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Suze O'Neill podcast.
The Castle is classic. Like, have you got one of the quotes there to remind people?
Dad?
Yeah.
Some guy's selling an overhead projector.
Nah. Now, hang on, Steve. What's he asking?
$150.
Tell him he's dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, you've got 4 kids and you bought them the Castle DVD, did you, for Christmas?
I did, and it's the greatest gift I've ever bought. And I suggest, Buzz, you go out this morning and get yourself down to JB Hi-Fi for $12. It'll change your life.
I don't actually own a DVD player.
$12?
Oh, my goodness. 12 big ones. 12 big ones to hear my kids walk around the kitchen and say, what do you call this? Ice cream. But it's what you do with it. Scoop it out of the tub.
I got that quote here.
Oh, hello. How's this, boys? Woohoo! What do you call this?
Chicken.
Yeah, it's got something sprinkled on it.
Seasoning.
Seasoning. Looks like everybody's kicked a goal.
So I don't remember So this was 97. I reckon either 97 or 98. Brisbane hosted the Davis Cup.
Mm.
I think we played Russia or something.
Marriott South.
And Pat Rafter, Leighton Hewitt, all that. And they had an after party at Adrenaline Sports Bar.
Oh, yes.
And you were there?
No, I'm said, I'm just remembering Adrenaline Sports
Michael
Bar.
Caton, who's Daryl Kerrigan, the dad. He was so famous at that point. We're at a sports bar in Brisbane on Charlotte Street, a massive sports bar. He was crowd surfing. Like,
was he?
It must have been a year after the movie came out. I was like, that's Michael Caton crowd. Like, him and Pat Rafter were above them.
Wow.
That's
he was
how
old.
big the castle was.
Michael Caton was the dad, wasn't
Yeah,
he? So
he's on ads at the moment. He's on that Kit Kat ad where the two of them sit outside and they have a fight over who's doing the spell. He's like the old
wizard.
Wizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, who was the wife? Because she was in A Country Practice.
Oh, yeah, Molly.
She was Molly.
Molly.
Antenny.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Sal Kerrigan.
Yeah, classic.
What do we got? Christine, Eden's Landing. So you've never watched it?
No, I haven't.
You're in your 40s.
Yeah.
I'm 43 and I've never watched it.
You're right in the wheelhouse.
Why didn't you watch it?
Yeah. I just no real interest, and probably has never popped up and been brought to my attention. So I might have to go watch it now.
Is it on a streaming service, Mitch?
Yeah, it's on Stan.
It's on Stan, is it? Oh, give it a go.
Perfect.
Yeah, see if you can watch it. See if it holds up.
I mean, either way you slice and dice it, it's like it is a classic Australian film. You ever seen Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
So again, I was young when I watched it. So these are all a bit before... do you know what I mean? I might have been early teens and maybe not the sort of movie that I'd want to watch at that time of my life.
Crocodile Dundee must have been about 87, and then The Castle, it was 97. So it was like, but it was like,
It's classic. Shazia, you watched it for schoolwork, did you?
I watched it at TAFE.
At TAFE? Why did you watch it at TAFE?
Because our English teacher, obviously, she was only teaching English, and we were there to learn English. And she was very excited about this movie and said that you will learn English very well if you watch this movie. So she broke it down, I think, in a 3-day thing, and then we watched it, and I could not understand a word.
They're watching it to learn English. That's hilarious.
You get a real ochre accent after it, like, hey, darl.
Straight to the pool.
Yeah.
That's so funny, TAFE. What a great TAFE teacher. I love that.
Not really, because she didn't
understand it.
Understand a word. Jackie.
Wrap us up.
Hi. I haven't seen it, no.
Okay, well, you sound young too.
How old are you?
I was born in 96.
Do you want to see it now after hearing some of the quotes? Have you heard the quotes?
Well, I hadn't heard of it. I'd not heard of this movie at all until a couple months ago when people at work started quoting it, and I was so confused. And they've been telling me to watch it, and I still haven't, but maybe I have to now.
Yeah, give it a go.
You've got to see it.
You've got to look. It's on that level, just as far as cinema. It's on that. It's like, I'd say this Crocodile Dundee sits high and mighty. Then you got Muriel's Wedding, Priscilla Queen of the Desert.
Yeah, the Castle.
Chopper.
Definitely, yes.
Like, it's one of those ones. Just say when you're at some bogan dinner party, you know what people are talking about.
Just a cultural
Well,
reference.
I watched him in Pack to the Rafters.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the
There you go.
rafters.
He's in that.
Who's in that?
But it has...
Isn't he in that?
Daryl
Kerrigan's in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Michael Caton.
Oh, is he?
I rang Levi, my boy, during the song and said, Levi, have you ever seen The Castle? And he went, yeah. Oh, well, I watched the first episode and I didn't watch the second. I went, it's not a series, you idiot. It's a film. So he hasn't watched it either.
Nah.
I'm going to make my kids watch it.
Well, it is on
Homework.
Stan, so if you're like me, you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe
Check
we'll
it
give
out.
it a go.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
The Prince is on. The Prince is on. The Prince is on. Ooh, he's on the streets. The Prince is on.
Yeah, I know,
Morning, guys.
Four
How
from
y'all
four,
doing? How
just
you doing?
quietly, Mitch. Yes, Mitchell.
It's an excellent week. It's a huge week for Bradnam.
Yeah, well done.
And a huge week. For 10K day in May, guys, we got two more draws. The second one, the penultimate. I finally get to say that word. Yeah, draw is on this afternoon. I love it. It's one of my favourites, Buzz. And we are out here at UQ. We just want to get a lot of people, as many people as we can, in the draw, because that's all you've got to do is just get on the air, say anything. I've been trying to convince everyone here this morning it's that easy. And my first one through this morning, you're actually very easy to chase down because you got crutches, you got your leg in a brace because you did what injury?
I tore my ACL.
ACL, and how did you do this?
Playing hockey.
Okay, well, it's worked out well because you were walking so slow this morning. I was actually able to catch up with you and say, all you got to do, tell us about your injury. You're in the draw to win $10,000 this afternoon.
I tore my ACL playing hockey.
There we go. Double the entry. There we go. Okay,
how did you do your ACL?
What sport are you playing?
That's how convinced I am I'm going to win this 10K.
You've already
put the 10K in my suitcase here.
she's already packed, ready to go on a holiday. Anywhere in particular you're going to go? It doesn't matter.
Oh, anywhere. Hawaii. Sounds great.
Put the cash in the bag and make it up as you go along.
Exactly.
Great. Okay, Bing, we got another one there. Hello, how are you this morning, mate?
Morning, how are you? Tim from Inchapilli.
Tim from Inchapilli. He's ready to go. Who we got here?
I'm Nathan.
Nathan, hello.
Nathan.
Hi.
Hi, Rahina here.
Beautiful. There we go. Just keep digging us along. Hello, hi.
Hello.
You got a coffee there? What's the coffee order?
Yes.
Hang on a
flat
sec.
white.
You got a flat white. You got 2 bags of popcorn. That's a really weird mix.
It's not all for me.
It's not off. Sure, it's not. Hey, look, that's exactly what I say when I order that much popcorn as well.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, if you believe me.
Yeah. No one seems to believe me. So there we go. We're just hang on, chasing a few others. Guys, $10,000 we're giving this morning if you literally say one word on Nova.
Hey.
Hey, Ding, you're in there, and also for you.
Hello.
Hello, hi. I mean, don't worry. We need your details. We can't just scour Brisbane this afternoon to find you. We'll worry about that later. Hang on. And our last entrant this morning. Hey, how you going, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
That's all we need. $10,000. That could get you $10,000 out here at UQ.
Mitch, A+.
I mean, they're doing very well. They're all on their way to work this morning and study. And someone's already packed, ready to go on a holiday in case they win $10,000 this afternoon. It's our second last draw happening at 5 o'clock, and that's as easy as it. Guys, get on the air and get into the draw.
Yeah, 10K a day in May. Thanks to Liberty, Matty Rowe will have plenty more chances for you to win right across your workday as well. And I'm very grateful that none of those uni students went rogue and dropped an F-bomb. Up next, we'll do the winner of our Throwback Throwdown 2012. I couldn't believe it, honestly.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Showers in Sydney just quickly too
Wednesday.
over the weekend. Probably dry Tuesday. Chance of slight showers Wednesday. But a lot of rain over the weekend. So hopefully that ghastly wind out there at Homebush will dry things up. So we'll have a relatively dry pitch for Wednesday.
It's a sandpit at Homebush anyway. So pretty much.
Well, great.
I've got other names I could call it out there. But all right, we'll roll with sandpit. Yes.
Speaking all things stadiums, segue. Back on the front page, Fire Up for Stadium. The chief executive of Brisbane 2032. They had a big sort of lunch yesterday. I didn't go to it. Did you go to it, Susie?
I didn't know there was a lunch on yesterday.
Right? Maybe I should start telling people. Saying that concerned Queenslanders to speak up and challenge the state's politicians in regards to getting a brand new stadium. Amidst Brisbane's rapid growth demand. So Cindy Hook is the chief executive. So this is the first time that the organising committee has kind of said anything in relation to what's happening with the current plans to have a sort of makeshift temporary stand sort of situation out at Nathan for the Olympic Games track and field. Saying, look, if you're getting, and I think that the public sort of passion for it is starting to move a little bit because people are starting to the communication of it is starting to get a little bit better of what's happening and why Queensland, why Brisbane needs a stadium as a legacy as opposed to just being for the Olympic Games as well.
They need to explain more about Victoria Park for the stadiums there, that there is still going to be just as much green area.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people are saying to me, we need the park there, but it's going to be built where it won't affect the green area. In fact, there's going to be more green area if they build it there.
It's, compared to what people are using right now, and I don't want to push my podcast too much, but I will say that in the last episode, we addressed exactly that. So if you want to hear if you want to get a clearer perspective on what's happening with that Victoria Park proposal, have a listen to the previous episode of Toward the Games Brisbane 2032. But I mean, I think it's an important step that at least, well, A, it's back on the front page that Cindy Hook and someone from Brisbane 2032 is finally saying, although she said it sort of thinly veiled, saying that, look, if you want to fix this, people have got to step up because over the last few weeks we've been sort of speaking with heads of industry within Brisbane who all agree that a stadium's the best thing, but we need to communicate that to government, but depending on which government's in come October this year, of course.
Don't you reckon that that's what kind of everyone's waiting for, to get the election out of the way? Although Christopher Foley, has he come out yet and said what he plans to do, or is he still sitting on his hands?
He hasn't, but I think, and I kind of get it, like he's got to get, you know, in the big seat up in George Street before he can do anything. So he's more just worried about getting in first. So I think it'd be politically not within his best interest to use the Olympics as, you know, as a pawn,
as a stepping stone to the premiership.
So he probably won't say anything at this point. But having said that, he's left the door open enough that if he does get in, there's options there. If it is Vic Park, that's just one of them. I mean, I've heard that's the most comprehensive sort of thing I've heard put forward in relation to the stadiums. I mean, there's been talking about Hamilton as well as being a proposed site. I don't know enough about that to make a comment on it.
The village will be out there.
The village is out there and there's a bit of space, but I don't know about that. But Vic Park, as Susie said, it will create more green space, certainly than what we have now, and utilise that massive space, which has been a golf course used by like 0.001% of the population for the last God knows how many years.
But as it stands, if Stephen Miles retains the top job, are we having QE2 as the Olympic venue?
At this point,
that's locked in. If he wins,
if he wins at this point, that would be locked in. Whether or not, I mean, one thing we've learnt in the last 2 years that politicians can change their minds very quickly. So whether or not when he did win and once he gets a 4-year window, then to do things, whether he'll change his mind and look at these other options. Christopher Foley, if you're a betting person right now, I'd say that if Christopher Foley gets in October, the most likely outcome would be a new stadium somewhere, probably Victoria Park. But and then there's the Gabba sits in the middle of this. I just don't know where the Gabba sits within all this now, because what's happening is that if we don't build a stadium right now, if we have the Olympics at Nathan, right, the Gabba will continue playing cricket and AFL. That'll be our round stadium. It's got
with an overhaul because it needs it.
It's got a life expectancy that ends in 2030, where its worth goes to then, and then it needs to
upgrade
over $1 billion spent at least on upgrading, just so it has proper wheelchair access and that the roof's not falling down. It just gets it usable, all right? So then the problem with that is that if we do that at any point now, that displaces AFL and cricket. So cricket will have literally no home for test matches. Brisbane will have no place where the Brisbane Lions can play. So the thought of a new stadium is we build a new stadium, utilise the Gabba until its use-by date has come up.
Yep.
By that stage, Vic Park will be finished, so cricket and AFL will have a home, and then we reimagine the Gabba into whatever we want to at that point. And there's no one loses a spot. The city moves forward, we get a great legacy stadium, and then we can work out what we do with the Gabba. Because as you've made the point, there's a $7 billion infrastructure project which leads directly to the Gabba at the moment, the Cross-City Rail. So they're all the parts and the timeline of what's happening.
Isn't there an independent body now, though, a board that has been set up, which is what a lot of people wanted in the first place, that the politicians don't run it? And it's not this board, it's not the Cindy Hook board, there's another board as well on top of that.
Yeah, there's an independent infrastructure sort of authority.
Yeah, taking it out of the politics.
Yes, and that's a good step. I mean, it's also, but again, one thing we've learned the last 2 years is being hesitant to go, bravo, we're taking it off the politicians, because I think they'll still find a way to have some leverage over that. But hopefully what will happen is whoever's in government come October, they let that independent authority
takes the heat off
make
them.
some great decisions, because what they'll do is they'll lean on brilliant people who actually have a skill set in things like legacy and building stadiums and sport and events and entertainment, and let them do it, as opposed to, as it is at the moment, the decision was basically made by a senior public servant and some dude from the Olympics in Sydney who were deciding Brisbane's fate.
Yeah.
So I think...
And then follow that advice that they give, because they didn't
follow
do it
it
with the independent review that they...
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but if I was, a betting man, I'm certainly more optimistic than I was probably 2 months ago about the future, particularly in relation to stadiums and that thing with the Olympics. Certainly than I was 2 months ago, where I was quite depressed.
Yeah, I saw it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Oh, I read something about, for you, Buzz, just
Yes.
before. I'll do it now because you've been up all night with your child. Millennial dads, which is you, are spending 3 times as much time with their kids than their fathers spent with them.
I would believe that.
Yeah, back in 1982, 43% of fathers admitted they'd never changed a nappy.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't do too many of Matilda's.
And today that
There's
number's down to
transparency.
3%, so well done for being up last night.
Thank you.
Did you change any nappies last night?
No, no nappies. I tend to avoid Matilda's nappies. I'll do most of Harrison's.
Actually, you know what? I don't think Cliff's changed many nappies. Probably 3 or 4.
What, in the whole entire...
I've got a funny story about him trying to change a nappy, but anyway, I'll do it another time. It was funny.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Yo! Bring it back. Throwback Throwdown!
Right up for grabs now, though, with our Throwback Throwdown 2012, the year we're going back to.
I reckon that was one of the most jam-packed years in terms of bangers.
Yeah, a lot of good music
that we've had.
A lot of good
There's so many
bangers.
good options.
We left a lot on the table. The 4 songs we did choose, though, we'll go through them from last to first.
Last. I hope I'm not last.
Fortunately, you are, Suse. And you dropped out of the 20% as well, so you finished 19% of the votes.
Losing. Good song.
All right, so that was 4th. In 3rd with 23% of the votes.
Yeah.
Luttsy's song, Avicii Levels.
Reach the levels I hope it would.
Good.
Say that again.
Yeah. What was it?
3%.
I love your laugh, Luttsy.
Thank you, Susan.
All right, I can tell you now the top 2 songs, they were on 29% each.
Ooh.
So only separated by a couple of votes here.
A couple of thousand votes.
That means you got a late flurry.
I did get a late flurry.
I didn't notice.
Wasn't enough, though. Yeah, just. So this will get a spin with Matty Rowe this morning after 9.
She'll like this one.
She'll love it. Which means
Random.
Ash gets the W. Biggest song in 2012.
Sir, yes.
Baba Black
3 bags full.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the
Dane, and 1 for the little girl who ran down the lane.
Kind of weird you know the lyrics.
Think of when we were together.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
What?
His phone just went off.
Was it? I thought that was my phone.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Is that what you're listening to?
Mine. Oh, it is the funniest quote.
Go on, then.
Go
on.
It says, if you ever wonder why Gen X is the way it is, that's we're Gen X, remember that teachers hyped a rocket launch and astronauts that then exploded in front of us. No counselling, no hugs or no reassurances.
That's a very
They
good...
just assigned us more homework.
That's a very
That
good
was
point.
Apollo. That was Apollo, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, 11.
Oh,
We dead set
What
off.
year
In
was
my,
that?
in my brain, we
shouldn't
raced
laugh.
home. I raced home.
Oh.
I don't even know whose house it was. But, I watched that. We sat there, a bunch of kids, and watched a rocket explode.
with all people
Which
in
killed
it.
7 astronauts.
And
Oh,
then-
God, okay.
And then got to school the next day. Okay, what did we learn from that, children?
Everyone made up jokes about it. Remember?
Yeah, I know. It was
It was so
we didn't
bad.
get any
There were
counselling for that, did we?
There were jokes that were coming out the next day by the
Yeah,
time.
this is
by the
before
time you
social
hit the
media.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no counselling. No, we just had to live.
Oh,
So I'm laughing because
that's brutal.
I just read that.
You're right. Yeah.
We're a bit
I
tough.
was like, go on, kids, home you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mrs.
Oh, well,
Johnson.
that didn't work out the way we wanted. Everyone go home.
Go home now, everyone. You're right. No wonder we're all messed up.
Yeah, it's probably a private joke amongst Gen X's because Buzz is looking at me like,
I'm looking at Nick. Nick and I just...
No, the joke's
Well, you've heard of Apollo.
The joke's
Yeah, but
The joke's
obviously
still
wasn't,
too soon.
I wasn't there.
it's too soon.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, sorry.
Let's move
Well,
on,
I'm not
Ash.
segue.
Ashley.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a joke I heard. How do you fit?
It's so true.
Oh, you
though.
can't even say it.
No, I don't think you can say it.
No, you can't say it these days.
No.
No, you could back then.
I don't feel comfortable saying it.
Okay, don't say it.
In the podcast.
And that was a genuine joke because of those days you didn't see it on social media. Like there was jokes the next day. That was like Gary from grade 6 popping jokes.
Yeah.
About a NASA disaster. It was pretty off.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Shouldn't laugh.
You know, I was only joking yesterday when I said we should do a boomer segment every day.
Is that enough boomer for you?
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I'm smarter than Suse.
Hello, Holly.
Hello.
Holly has never played. She's having a day off from university and is going to spend it with a 1-year-old daughter. How's that for a summation?
Yes, I know. We love our Thursdays.
All right. Well, unfortunately for you, Sue's had a loss. I could hear Marley there. I can hear Marley in the background there.
Yes, she's here.
Sue's had a loss an hour ago, so we're only playing for $100, but it doesn't matter because there's so much stuff on the kickback cave. You pretty much, even if you throw this one, Holly, to be honest with you, Luttsy, you take care of Holly in the kickback cave, won't you?
Absolutely, Holly. We've got it's actually jam-packed. We've just restocked it. I think Lockie's been in there, so plenty of great stuff
it's a
for
good
you.
day to play.
Yeah.
I can definitely see those Tenerife Festival tickets in there, so that'll be fun.
Beauty.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's not muck around any longer. Holly, 30 seconds on the clock. Your time.
Oh, hang on.
What?
Sorry, Susie's in the booth yet.
Whoa,
She's in there now.
Everything's
Yep.
ready?
Sorry,
Okay.
I had to make sure.
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. How many kangaroos are on the $1 coin?
2.
Who is the coach of the Queensland Maroons?
Billy Slater.
Which Jonas brother is part of the band DNCE?
Oh, Nick.
Which country is Buenos Aires the capital of?
Don't know.
Spell biscuit.
Discus.
Stop the clock.
Biscuit. Every time I
I thought you said discus.
Oh, discus.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Matt Denny fan.
Yeah, that's cool. He's going good, by the way.
How long did Holly have left?
2 seconds.
2 seconds left on the clock there. I'm judging by the fact that you burst out laughing that the Jonas Brothers is not part of a band called DNCE. Is that how it's
true.
pronounced?
No.
No.
DNCE.
Oh.
It is, isn't it?
Right.
I just laughed because there's a theme going. I feel like there's a theme in a lot of our Smarter Than Sue's questions, and it's got to do with the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, but they seem to get a bit of a run, don't they?
They really do. I think Lockie's a
They're
fan.
very popular.
Oh, it's your old mate again. It's Gary.
Hang on, no, we're going to do Jean's lunch.
Oh, but gladly.
Yeah.
They have Gary in the
Switch it.
system. Yes,
Yeah.
okay. Thank
All right.
you.
I could eat that game for lunch. Yeah, she dances on my tongue. Tastes like she might be the one. That game could never get enough. I could give her so much stuff from the kickback cave.
So good.
Susie O'Neill! Hold the phone, Freddie! Susie O'Neill! That will be a miracle! You won't see anything like that again this year!
And we've got to keep that in high rotation, especially while the song's still...
I believe so.
Yes,
agree.
hot. Okay, so who's ready? 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. How many kangaroos are on the $1 coin?
1.
Who is the coach of the Queensland Maroons?
Billy Slater.
Which Jonas brother is part of the band DNCE?
Joe.
Which country is Buenos Aires the capital of?
Brazil.
Spell biscuit.
Biscuit.
Stop the clock.
Oh, my God, I love how your tongue wraps around those words.
Who are you talking to?
I think I said Buenos Aires 3 different ways.
Just the way he gets that tongue.
Yeah.
Just
He watches me close
delicately, innocently even, around those words.
How many kangaroos are on the $1 coin? Holly said 2, Sue said 1. Correct answer is 5.
That's a toughie.
Who has coins?
Exactly.
No, I'm not like that.
What's on the $100 bill, Suze?
Yeah.
Who has cash?
When was the last time you saw a $1 coin?
Serious.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one just saying that. Don't even, you guys.
No words.
Who is the coach of the Queensland Maroons? You both said Billy Slater, that's correct. It's 1-1. Which Jonas brother is part of the band DNCE? Sue said Joe. That's correct.
Bang.
Did you know that?
No, just the only one I remember ever.
Joe Jonas, name another one.
Yeah, name another one.
Honestly, I couldn't have come up with Joe. I'm amazed you got that right.
Really?
But well
He's the
done.
one who was married to what's-her-face from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's your grit. That's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a grit.
No, it's not.
It's not your grit.
No, it's not a
Not the
grit.
cave scene.
It's,
Not the scene with the...
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner.
No, not the scene of the cave.
No.
Yeah.
2-1 to Suze. Which country is Buenos Aires, the capital of? Holly, I don't remember what you said. Suze said
Well, I
Brazil.
said I don't know.
Oh, you said don't know. Argentina.
Ah.
Oh, bugger.
True.
Argentina. She played Sansa Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And spell biscuit, B-I-S-C-U-I-T, biscuit. I'll give you my name again in case you missed it. That's it. Suze wins 3-1.
Oh. It's a good one to lose. Oh, it's a good one to lose, Holly. What are you doing at university, out of interest?
I'm studying the Bachelor of Midwifery.
Oh, cool.
That wasn't her, by the way, going,
No.
That was Marley.
Maybe. Oh, that's good. Have you seen a birth already? You would have.
I have been through 3 myself, but I have not seen one on placement just yet. We haven't.
It's hard to get a good look when it's you, isn't it? Sort of.
They can give you a mirror if you want to watch it.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, I would definitely prefer not to from myself.
Yeah, so would I.
Can I get a mirror? Yeah. How vain would you have to be to...
I think you can, can't you, Holly? Just to motivate you to push harder.
Do what?
To push harder.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
see
they
it
can offer
coming
you a
out.
mirror, yeah.
Yeah, serious.
All right, in the cave.
All right, I do have a double pass to the Tenerife Festival. It's Saturday, June 8th. That's Marley friendly, by the way. The kids are there. I think Bluey will be there, Marley.
Yes, perfect.
Pumped about that, Marley? Of course you are. Better timing, Marley, just for future reference. You'll see Cat Empire, Fundamentals, Josh Pike, as I mentioned, Bluey. TenerifeFestival.org. We heard Sarah McLeod and JC from Powderfinger this morning. It's the biggest and best Tenerife Festival ever. June 8th. Get involved in that. And I'll also give you a little pass there to Finn McCool's, $100 voucher, in fact. Finn McCool's on Brunswick Street. It's the best Irish pub in town. You'll love that as well. Great food, great crack, as they say.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Holly. Thanks, Marley.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie O'Neill podcast is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.